Hello to myself and everybody else. This is video 66. So far with this one, we're still looking at the figure drawing book by Jeff Millam. And so far we're continuing to look at the lower body. So far for this one, we'll be drawing basically bones for the legs and like 3D shapes for the feet. Kind of. But I'll go ahead and put the pages up of both of them and zoom in. Okay, so basically looking at the one on the legs, so far with this is basically just saying we're not going to try to be anatomically accurate. We're just basically just getting the shape down so we can just kind of understand how the inner workings of the body work. So basically it's just showing you that when you draw the pelvis, which from the last page it basically had you practice drawing a rectangular prism, which is a 3D rectangle. Now they basically expect you to draw a trapezoid, so kind of a bit of inconsistency there, but so far just from that, you draw the trapezoid, you draw the circle for the joint, basically have that like sticking out a bit for like the hips. Then from there you draw the femur, which basically kind of go kind of in towards near each other, where basically see on the page here, they go kind of like inward instead of going straight down. Then that leads to the tibia and all that, where it kind of goes straight down to the feet. And basically with that, we're just going to again draw a circle for the joint, draw kind of a cylinder going towards each other for the femur, then just kind of, another tube going down towards the feet and everything. And then the next page, basically for drawing the feet, it just basically shows you just different ways to draw a 3D foot, and basically recommends practicing with drawing like a shoe or something like that. So far for this, I really had like a small bit of practice for, but and so far just see what we can do, so we just like keep moving forward, and I can just practice on my own time, but just said we practice so we could. So I'll go ahead and go over to Krita so we can just give it a practice. Okay, so far here in Krita, I've basically just made just some poses on my own so we can just try something kind of different. And basically just this one right here, just a simple side view. So again, we'll just try and just see if we can basically focus on the legs, but we'll just kind of see what we can do just to kind of review a bit. So far, something I've kind of just been doing with this that I kind of just like stopped caring about a ton is making the skull shape from the book, or basically like make the circle and draw the jawline. I just kind of gave up on doing that because it just genuinely just kind of made the image look messed up. So I just kind of stopped caring a bit about it. Just keep it simple like this and we can just move on. Also, another thing and stuff with that too is basically something I kind of figured out as well that I was doing was with the head and everything here, I would keep doing like, I'll count the body out. So basically like this is 1. So then the torso would be like 1, round 2. So somewhere around here probably. And then I'll usually count out a 3, put a line there, and then draw the like bottom part of the, or really the top part of the pelvis. Basically I learned I probably shouldn't do that. I basically learned like I was making the torso a bit too long. So basically with this, I would do something like this here. So just like after 2, just kind of like draw it there, and then just draw the side part of the pelvis and everything like that. And just so far see what I can do. So with going forward, just kind of, that's a bit too much, I think. Yeah, like I said, just so far when it comes down to the depth of this, it does get weird for me because it's harder for me to like do the depth with some of these shapes. So again, just still give it a shot and just see what I can do. But yeah. for like something around here and all that. Now just go ahead and just do the circle here and stuff for the like hip and everything. So far for the arms, we'll go ahead and just make that shape and everything too. So around here, this one probably should be going more up around there. Circles for that. Alright, so far with that, we'll just go ahead and like do the leg. And so I'm just going to do it the same way I normally do the part of it. So basically just for this, we just count out like, it's around like 1, around like 2 around here. Make a circle for it. And then again, just 1, 2. Again, kind of eyeballing it. And then from there, just make the leg. For the other one, just go ahead and do the same thing. So this leg would be a bit higher up, but still. Same thing around 1 to 2. It's a little bit further back, so let's say like 1.5. So around 1, around 1.5. Stuff like that too. So around there. Okay, then we'll go ahead and just do the arms. So this one I usually make around like 1.5, like the size of the head. There's like 1, say there's a half here. If you've gotten quicker at just like kind of getting the measurements down a bit, I've been doing this so much. I say that and it's probably still like off a bit or something like that too, but again, I'm just still trying my best. Yeah, because there I kind of messed up the arm a little bit here. I just around there. And then the other arm, around 1, say around here or something like that, because again, it's like in the background, so it probably won't be exactly as long as it's supposed to be. Okay, so far with this, again, we just did like a quick thing here. So then from here, I'll go ahead and just do like the, yeah, this is like where the parts kind of get weird for me trying to do this, because the perspective here is probably going to be a bit off with me doing this. So like, let me just, yeah, because somewhere around here with the rib cage, it like gets kind of weird with the perspective here, because again, the way I have the one over here drawn, and hopefully you can see the mouse. Well, you know what, let me just do it like this. The one I have over here drawn, you see like this is the side of the body, while this one is the front of the body. So basically I'm already like kind of messing up the perspective already with this. Because for some reason with the ribcage, I have a harder time drawing the side of the ribcage for some reason with this kind of method. So that's something that you have to kind of work on. But for this, we can just kind of work with it and just like roll and just see what we got. So over this too, just go ahead and just with the spine, just go ahead and just move it through and all that. Okay, so far with the legs, like basically just says it's a tube shape. So basically, again, just do the same thing I kind of do with the spine, where it's kind of like outside of it, kind of just outline it a bit. And do the same thing with the bottom part of the leg and stuff too and all that. Yeah, because definitely not perfect at all, because again, remember, it's supposed to like kind of go like bend inward kind of. But I'm kind of just like drawing it just kind of like as an outline shape of it, just to give it like basically just some weight behind it. And even with that, it's like, as you can see, like it's kind of blending together with the other line. So it's not like 100% perfect. Like this line, I definitely just messed up entirely. And I'm still messing it up. So far, just something around here. Because again, it's giving it like at least a little bit of like just mass behind it. But again, definitely, like, after I basically get through this book, I'm probably not going to be using this method too much. But basically, just a way to just kind of like see how things kind of look with this. Because this is like where a little bit of a problem comes from too. Because when it comes down to like drawing the perspective and stuff to the foot, it gets kind of odd trying to do it. Yeah, basically it's like that, and basically just drawing like kind of that part of the foot as well. Again, looks really odd because, especially, let me go and give my select. So basically, again, just like with the legs and stuff here, it adds like mass to it, but it still just kind of looks weird to me and everything. Because again, we're not trying to be accurate, and even with that, I'm not even like doing a tube shape. Because for me, really to do that, I have to be kind of a perfectionist. Because basically, like with the spine, I kind of do the same thing with the legs, where I just kind of use a baseline and then just kind of connect to it just to get what I can. But looking at both images side by side, yeah, the poses are like entirely different based on the rib cage. Because I have the rib cage in the front and this one is to the side. So it's like a completely different pose. So I really got to work on like a side perspective. Or again, as I said before, I probably really won't be using this method too much after I'm done. So really we're just working with this just to kind of see what we can do, see how it feels, and then we can just like try other methods later on. So I just one more I just drew as well, just to like try another pose and everything. So we'll just try one right beside it. Again, so far I just kind of like stopped caring about just like trying to draw the skull the way the book said, and just like draw it the way I just find easier. And so far for this, I'll just try doing the thing I did before. Because with this method, I keep like drawing. Because really, I don't even keep too much track of like the size of the pelvis. Because I'm assuming it's the same size of the head here. So I'm basically kind of just like guessing kind of a bit and everything. And even with this, it's like, again, trying to make this pelvis shape kind of look 3D. I'm still not like really good too much with that. I can like do this, but even then with that, it's like it really doesn't add like a ton. And even then, I'm pretty sure I like completely messed that up too. Like I think I'm supposed to bring these down or something like that. Yeah, like this is the thing with the pelvis where like again, it gets kind of tough doing like the 3D method for me. But even that, it still kind of like looks too far. I think something like this, maybe, I don't know. So I'm just trying stuff and just to see if I can just get through it and everything. So far for this, we will just try this time just to do the cylinders off the bat. So be 1, round 2. And then just make the circle for the knee joint. And then from there, just going in. So just be 1, round 2. Another cylinder shape for it. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then from there, we'll just go ahead and do the shoulders. I'll just go ahead and do the face map for this, just because. Go ahead and do the shoulders. Okay, and from there, just go ahead and do the arms. I just completely messed that up. And basically, I haven't mentioned and stuff like this too. I'm still messing this up. So far, I really haven't mentioned this too, because like really the next part of this is just gonna be like, well, like later on, I'm gonna reach the part with the arms, where it's basically gonna be, you know, drawing the arms the same way we did the legs in just like a tube shape. So there's like things like that later on. Could practice it now, but like I said, we'll just wait until we just get over to that part of the book to start doing anything. So I definitely messed that up with it. The shoulders, 1.5, around 1.5, made like a little bit longer. Probably will barely change anything, but just again, just try it. Why not? Okay, the arms around 1.5. 1.5. Yeah, it still looks kind of odd. Now I'll just do the ribs and stuff around it. Put in the rib open. I kind of messed that up. Rib opening, and then the other part for the ribs down here. I'm gonna put the spine. And then just the part for the feet, which again, I'm still not like the best at doing this part. So far, I'm just going to just basically break it down like 2 squares and stuff. Again, nothing's really wrong with that too much. Just do what makes you feel comfortable with it. It looks weird, but again, just still try it and just see what I can do. So let me just try getting rid of the circle here. Yeah, again, it's still like a bit odd, but again, basically we're just doing this just to get like the gist of like what's under the skin, as well as just kind of like to give it depth. And so far, again, looking at this, if I had to say, again, the rib cage, I had to say it does look way better. The arms, I probably messed up the length of this one quite a bit, but again, just kind of rolling with it. So far, I probably did make the torso and pelvis like a bit smaller, maybe, or maybe I just made the pelvis just like really big, because that's a problem I've been having. But yeah, again, so far you can see with the legs and everything, just again, just giving a little bit of depth. The feet, I still got to work on based on the book. But yeah, basically that's the whole thing the book was just saying. Again, just like with the legs, just try drawing them as tube-like shapes that kind of like bend in. And so where the lower half kind of goes a bit straight down. The feet, try to give it some depth. And so far, one thing I wanted to address and stuff too is just like, well, I'm probably, again, I'm the only one watching this, but basically, again, just the whole reason why I'm like doing the like figure drawing like this is because I find it just like way easier to do than the armature drawing. Because the armature drawing in this book, again, I have a problem like drawing things directly to the side, like with this one here. Because this one, I drew it perfect to the side. You can tell what the pose and everything is perfectly fine, because these circles do give it depth. You can tell which leg's in the front, which was in the back. Same thing with up here, tell which arm's in the front, which was in the back. It's easier to tell. And then, like I said, with this one, it's like, again, I kind of messed up the rib cage here, but basically with the armature, it gets really tough to draw things directly to the side, which is something I realized when it came down to just practicing with this book. So again, this other method I found in the other book I had the last video, the Jack Ham figure drawing book that I got, that one I like kind of the method they bring up in that one a bit better than the one in this book. So I'm probably working with that way more. And just the other thing is that, like, I just started practicing and messing around as well, just trying different things, because it also said try like foreshortening, a bit of depth and everything. It's just, again, still definitely not perfect, but it is something to try. So far with this, you can see I just like put a shadow just to kind of like be able to tell the depth and what's going on. This one, I basically need to like try to put more focus on the weight in the leg, because that's something from the Jack Ham book as well. Just, again, just try to get the weight on this leg so it looks kind of more natural. Because with this, it kind of seems weird. Like they're leaning, they're looking this way, but yeah, basically like from behind, they're basically looking that way and leaning and everything. But again, the weight is kind of still weird where it is. Like, I can definitely tell it like in the hips, but it's like the legs kind of don't match it or something. So I have to just work on that more. And then here, I was just trying a side view again just to see what I can do. And basically, I just leave notes for myself because the ribs are wrong, the spine's in the wrong place here. It just looks kind of weird. And in this one, I basically just like the torso, I just gotta like get the proportions a bit better. Again, I'm just doing it to get the pose down. But again, just if I use this to like kind of draw over and get the simplified volume, which we'll get to eventually, then I'm just gonna have to work on that. But yeah, so far that was really just it for this. Basically just a quick thing, just kind of showing like, you know, basically with the legs, just filling that out, drawing the feet. I gotta practice more drawing the feet and the legs. I just kind of need to put more effort into that, because I kind of gotten better with the rib cage a little bit, and at least proportion I got a little bit better with that too. So again, just one of the little things to keep working on, trying some stuff. And again, we're going to try to just get past the simplified skeletons decently quick, so we can get on to simplified volumes and then just start looking at other books. So yeah, I'll just keep working on stuff and try to get these out of the way. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.